Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today we are going to do a palette bingo using my 4 palettes that I have in my rotating palette project, just cycling through my stash, so to speak. So I have 4 palettes in front of me. If you haven't seen my video ending my pan those eyeshadows and kind of introducing a rotating palette project. It's not really a project. I just want to get more use out of my collection and not really hyper focus and deep dive into single shades in these palettes as I've been doing with Pan Those eyeshadows. I will link it up here and down below in the description box. But yeah, I have no makeup on because I always do my eyeshadow first. So that's how that's going to be. Maybe I should tell you what palettes I had in first. So in no particular order, I have the Natasha Denona Mini Nude. It's this guy here. Beautiful palette. I already have 3 pans in it, just for my own use of it. So we have that guy there. We also have the Kaleidos Sashimi City palette. This guy here. Haley gifted me this. Thank you, Haley, by the way. Beautiful palette. Absolutely gorgeous palette. So we have that guy there. Then we have the YSL, this is a color clutch in Marrakech, and this is beautiful too. This Josh gave me a couple months ago. So pretty. So pretty. It's kind of nerve-wracking because this is a lot of color inside of here versus the rest of the palettes, but that's always exciting, right? And then the last one we have is actually a depotted palette. This was the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. Couple spoilers in here. I put all the shades in here, no matter if they were in projects or whatever, just so I can make sure I have them all and I can mark if I use them or not. So we have this guy here. One shade is empty. So I will be randomly selecting. I think I'm just going to go 1 through 9 for these middle shades because those are the ones I really want to focus on since the rest have pan in it or are empty. So I'm going to just do 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9 as my shades for this one. But yeah, let's start with the Natasha Denona Mini Nude. I'm going to go 1 to 5. So I have 1 to 5 up on the Pretty Random, and I'm just going to, we got shade number 3. Which is this guy here right in the middle. It's a very beautiful highlighting shade. Again, really pretty. All right, then we're gonna go with the Sashimi City. So I'm gonna put 1 through 6 in my Pretty Random app. And we're just gonna shake it. And I get shade number 4. I think that's a matte if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, 4 is this. Oh, I love this shade. This is Pink Ginger in the palette. So pretty. The shimmers in this are such gorgeous shimmers. They're like duochromy and kind of almost like transparent bases, so they layer beautifully on things. I'm nervous now because that's 2 shimmers and the Urban Decay Heavy Metals is nothing but shimmer. Let's just get that out of the way. I have 1 through 9 now in my Pretty Random app. I hope you can see that. So we'll just, shade number 1. All right, easy. And that is this guy. But I wore this in a Get Ready With Me that's either up or coming up. I'll link it if it's up. So hopefully we pull a matte shadow from this YSL palette. There is 10 shades in here. 5, 10, yeah. So I'm going to go 1 through 10, and I'm just going to do one of those. So I got shade number 2. That's the dark blue. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just what I wanted to wear. I'm so nervous. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So what I think I'm going to do also is grab my Pan That palette. I'm not going to randomly select a shade. I'm just going to use it as with these because all mattes in here. So this is just going to complement all of these really well. Freaking nervous. But we're gonna start with the blue because when in doubt, start with the shade that intimidates you the most is my motto. So I'm gonna go into my YSL color clutch and grab that blue shade, and we're just gonna say a little prayer and hope for the best. Okay, now that that looks sufficiently ludicrous, I'm wiping my brush off on just this like makeup eraser thing, because I think what I'm going to do is first I'm going to try to just blend the edges, but I think I'm actually going to pick up the lighter blue shade in here. So I am going to pick up that lighter blue. So this guy, there is no name on it, just the light blue. I'm just tapping a very small amount, tap off the rest, and we're just going to use that as a transition color up here. I'm just going to anticipate that this is one of those trust the process kind of looks. I don't hate the color of this blue, especially in my monitor. It looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. I'm picking up more of that lighter blue right now just to kind of buff this edge. I'm going to pick up the darker blue though, and right now. So the darker blue, and then we're just going to kind of intensify this. Now that I have that on, I am going to take, I'm going to take my Subculture. I'm going to use Roxy just for the inner portion. I honestly could have used this shade or this shade. They would have done like the exact same thing. I'm trying to get Roxy finished up. If you watch my Pan That palette, I'm trying to finish up Subculture, so I'm just going to grab and incorporate that where I can. Now that I have that, I'm going to take the brush that had the blue. I'm wiping everything off of it just because I'm going to meld right here where they kind of meet. And then we're going to go in with the Urban Decay, what shade is that from the Heavy Metals? I don't even know. This is the shade Glory. Really, really pretty. Performs really well. I tend to hit and miss with Urban Decay shadows, but that's one of like the good formulas in my opinion. Do I want glitter primer? I don't know. We're going to use it without glitter primer first. Yeah, I want glitter primer. Like, who am I kidding? Always, more is more. I'm going to use the brush that I'm picking up Glory on. That is so good. Okay, I'm going to take that brush and we're just going to, I'm actually going to pick up some, I don't know the shade name. I'm going to take some of Urban Decay Amp, that guy there, brush that we were using with the blue, just because I want to use this to help buff the transition area. And I find that doing a shimmer like that to buff into another shimmer just helps more than like using like the matte shadow. I think that is so pretty, so darn pretty. So I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. Okay, now that I'm back with that, I am going to take a little bit, no, I'm not going to take any more yet. I'm just going to try to buff the edge of this guy out. Now I am going to take a little bit of Roxy again, just a dab. And now we're going to go in with the Sashimi City palette, and I'm going to take the pink ginger shade, which was that beautiful pinky shift. I'm going to use my finger and then just pat that on top of the bronze. So I hope you can still see some of that bronze peeks through, but it's mostly just like that shiftiness of pink ginger now. I'm just going to go back one more time with this brush. There's no product on it. I'm just using it to buff the edges out. Then the last thing, we have my highlight shade, and this is such an easy placement for it because highlight. So all right, and last but not least, again, this brush, and we're just gonna buff that out. I am actually going to go back in with the Urban Decay shade that I had, the Glory, this guy, and I'm just going to use my finger and tap it right there so it doesn't get lost within Pink Ginger as much as it did. And now it actually looks like it has like a shift, which is nice. So I'm gonna do my foundation and everything. I'm gonna come back in one. Okay, so we are back. I have the rest of my face on. I like debated if I just wanted to roll another shade for the lower lash line, but I think we're just gonna kind of do something, I don't know what that is, but we're just gonna figure out something using these shadows on my lower lash line. So I am gonna take the YSL palette first. I'm taking that matte darker blue, same brush, tuck it on the lower lash line. Oh yeah, that's fine. That. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the lighter blue that we used again. That guy there. Same brush, I wiped it off. Tapping, just like a touch in there. And right on the outer edge of that darker blue. Okay, and then the last thing I'm gonna do, might not be the last, I might be fibbing. I'm gonna take the Glory shade from this palette. Same brush as before. Maybe I should wipe it off so it doesn't have as much powder on. Okay, I've wiped it off a little bit, but I'm gonna take it on the very tip, just like that. And we're gonna fluff it onto the inner third. All right, and then now that we have that, I'm gonna take the Sashimi City Pink Ginger shade, this guy, that guy, same brush. I'm gonna put it right where the blue and the not burgundy, blue and the bronze meet. Gosh, I need to use this. All right, and then last but not least, that highlighting shade again, because I feel like it got taken away, and we all know I like a intense highlight, so I'm gonna grab quite a bit of that and just pat her on. Yeah, cool. That is good. That is good. Now I'm just gonna put on my mascara. Do I want an eyeliner? I probably want a wing. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is it. This is the finished look using these shades from my rotating palette collection or project that I'm doing. So we have the Natasha Denona Mini Nude, the Kaleidos Futurism 7 Sashimi City, the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette, and then the YSL Color Clutch in the Marrakech version. I'm not mad. I was actually not expecting to really like come up with like a look that I like, but I really like this. I like the blue outer corner. I like that it's like colorful and then kind of goes to like neutral, but I like this. I like this a lot. I think this is really pretty. I think that this was fun to do, to try to like experiment with shades I might not pair together normally. Let me know what you would have done with this kind of color selection. Let me know if you would have incorporated any additional colors. I know I incorporated Roxy and then just a cream shadow. I feel like I could have gotten away without, and the lighter blue from the YSL Color Clutch. But let me know if you would have added any other colors in. Let me know what you would have done with that color arrangement. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!